Vidya Prakashan Mandir Private Limited.
A very good morning to all the students of class 5. Dear student, today we will study the 6th chapter of social science named as the Temperate Grassland. Dear student, we will study this chapter from a book of social science, Our Land, Our World. So, dear student, let's begin with the chapter 6 of social science. So, dear student, let's begin with the chapter The Temperate Grassland. Dear student, very first you should know what are the learning objectives of the chapter, what you will learn in this chapter. So, here I am sharing my screen with you, which will help you to understand the chapter more clearly. So, dear student, as you can see in my screen, the first learning objective of this chapter is you will understand about location of the temperate grassland. Dear student, in the second you will learn about climates of the temperate grassland. In the third you will learn about agriculture of the temperate grassland, and lastly you will understand about animal rearing of the temperate grassland. So dear student, let's begin with the learning objectives. So very first, this is very important that you should know, most of the grassland of the world are situated in the temperate zone. The grassland regions are mostly far away from the ocean. Dear student, the clouds that rise from ocean often do not reach here. So the tree do not grow in the region due to lack of rain. They are hotter in summer than other places at the same latitude and much cold in the winter. Dear student, the main feature of all these grasslands are same in all the continents, but they are known as different names in the different continents. इन सबके क्या होते हैं? फीचर्स सेम होते हैं, लेकिन नाम अलग अलग कॉन्टिनेंट्स में अलग अलग तरीके के टेम्परेट ग्रासलैंड होते हैं, जैसे द स्टेप्स ऑफ एशिया, द प्रेरीज ऑफ नॉर्थ अमेरिका, द पैम्पस ऑफ साउथ अमेरिका, द बेल्ट्स ऑफ अफ्रीका एंड द डाउन्स ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया. डियर स्टूडेंट, as you can see in my screen, this is the pictorial part of the temperate grassland. As you can see, I have mentioned it in the green color. This is steppes, which is in Asia. This is belts in Africa. This is pampas in South America. This is prairies in North America, and this is downs in Australia. So we shall study the prairies as an example of the temperate grassland. हम इस चैप्टर में प्रेरीज जो नॉर्थ अमेरिका का ग्रासलैंड है, टेम्परेट ग्रासलैंड है, उससे इस चैप्टर को समझेंगे. So let's begin with the chapter. So very first, let's understand the location of prairies. The prairies grassland stretch across from the mid-Canada southwards to the mid-west of the United States of America. The area is very long, flat plain with no big tree in the site. This region is in the cool parts of the temperate zone. ये एरिया जो है, ये रीजन जो है टेम्परेट जोन के कूल पार्ट में है. The word prairie is a French word which means meadow or grassland. This area was once covered with thick grasses before farmers began to grow crops. Two big rivers. Dear student, this is very important that you should know. Two big rivers of North America, that is the Mississippi and the Missouri, flow through the prairies. जो ये दो नदियां हैं वो प्रेरी से इस प्रेरी से होकर जाती हैं, मिसिसिपी एंड मिजोरी. The main city in the area is Chicago. It is situated at the eastern edge of the prairies. Dear student, as you can see in my screen, this is the pictorial part of the location. So, as you can see in my screen, this is the Mississippi and this is the Missouri, which is through in the prairies, which is through prairies grassland. So, dear student, the Mississippi and the Missouri River passes through this grassland. So, this is all about the location. Let's understand climate of the prairies grassland. So, the prairies have a cool temperate climate. As you can see in my screen, the prairies have a cool temperate climate. The winter are quite cold. It is colder than northern plain of our country. Snow falls in winter here. यहाँ पर winters में बर्फ गिरती है. The summers are hot but not as hot as in the equatorial region. There is a moderate rainfall usually in the spring. स्प्रिंग सीजन में यहाँ पर एक मॉडरेट, न ज्यादा न कम, एक मॉडरेट लेवल की बारिश होती है. The climate and the soil are suitable for grasses to grow. They are unsuitable for trees. तो prairies में जो climate है उसमें बहुत ज्यादा ट्री नहीं होते हैं. जो grasses होती हैं वो यहाँ पर सक्सेस है. So this is all about climate. Let's understand agriculture. So, dear student, the farmers of the prairies have converted old grassland into vast farmlands. The land is very fertile here. They grow wheat, barley, rye, flax, and oats. Farmers here grow enough wheat not only for their own country but for export to other country as well. So, prairies region is called wheat basket of the world. Dear student, this is very important. Which one is called as wheat basket of the world? So, prairies region is called as wheat basket of the world. Why it is called wheat basket of the world? Because farmer here grow enough wheat not only for their own but they also export to other country also. Because of huge production of wheat, the prairies region is known as wheat basket of the world. Dear student, farmers live in comfortable house in the center of their land. Few farmers laborers stay homesteads to assist him. They are big and small shade to keep farm machinery and cattle. Dear student, plowing, sowing, reaping, thrashing and packing are done by modern machine. The machine do work of several hundred workers in few hours. The farmer need only a few people to help them. They drive in car, vans to the towns for purchase or sale. Dear student, let's move ahead to understand next learning objective of the chapter, which is animal rearing. So, what is animal rearing? Let's understand it. So, the western part of the prairies is hilly. जो prairies का western part है वो hilly है. The soil is more shallow and coarse, so it is less fertile. Rains are also not sufficient here. This area is not suitable for growing crops, so people rear cattle here. They graze the cattle on the open grassland, which is called ranges. So, alfalfa is the major grass of this region. The cattle are reared mainly for beef. Beef is the staple food of Americans. Dear student, it is also exported to other country also. The cattle are taken to the east of trades. Chicago is the main center of slaughtering cattle by big machine. So, dear student, let's move ahead. Okay. Cattle is also raised for milk and milk products. Cattle से milk और milk products भी बनाए जाते हैं. They are big dairy farms having huge sheds. There are machines for milking, processing and storing of milk products. As you can see in my screen, machine milking cow. Cow से machine के through कैसे milk निकाला जाता है. As machines are used in agriculture and dairy farming on a huge large scale, very little manpower is needed. तो dear student, जो milk production है उसके लिए काफी बड़ी बड़ी मशीन का agriculture के लिए, dairy farming के लिए बहुत बड़े scale पे, बहुत ज्यादा scale पे production होता है. तो मैन पावर का यानी कि लोगों का बहुत कम यूज होता है, लेकिन मशीनरियों का ज्यादा यूज होता है, जिससे कम टाइम पे वो ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन दे सके. सो डियर स्टूडेंट, दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द चैप्टर 6. वी विल स्टडी द 7th चैप्टर इन आवर नेक्स्ट क्लास. थैंक यू.